Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our North America Leadership Academy. My name is Anastasia, and I'm thrilled to be your host this evening. I am starting to see people joining in the chat. I'm seeing that folks are here from all corners of the United States, UK, Botswana, even. We are privileged to have people chiming in from all over the world. So thank you. If you haven't already, share your location or where you're tuning in from so that we can get to know each other a little bit more. Please know that there is Spanish translation tonight. If you're interested in those services, you can click on the globe icon at the bottom of the screen. This is a leadership training that we hold every week on Thursday. If you're here as an associate, welcome. If you're here as a guest, I welcome you also. This is really a no pressure way to just shadow and listen in on the conversation and see how we conduct business and trainings and what kind of support you might receive. And ultimately, it's just another tool to allow you to make a better decision if this business might be right for you, and just to learn more about our company, our products, our generous compensation plan, and we always have a leadership topic. So this is an opportunity also to hear from real people and their stories. So I invite you to do your due diligence and ask questions, and I think you'll be impressed with what you learn. So to kick things off, we have Isabella Costa. She will share some information about our product, Vive. Welcome, Isabel.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Isabel coming from Houston, Texas. I am a pediatric nurse. And so one of the things that I am excited to share with you about is vitamin D3. Let me share my slides, because I can't talk and share at the same time.
I know how that goes, Isabel. Whenever I'm trying to pull my slides up,
Yes.
I do one thing at a time.
You start pushing the wrong buttons. So first and number one, we are social entrepreneurs, which makes us problem solvers. And one of the two things that we love to solve is how bad we are in the United States, probably across the world, and just not taking care of our health. Not being able to take in the proper nutrition, to be able to avoid some things that are so avoidable simply by giving enough nutrients to our body. And so we at RAIN do that with seed source nutrition, because why waste time taking tons and tons of vegetables that grew in depleted soil, tons and tons of fruits that were picked from the tree, from the branch, from the bush, before they actually got to the ripe stage to give us the proper nutrition. What RAIN did, they had this brilliant idea to go straight to the source and get it from a seed, a breakthrough that was hidden in plain sight. So white seeds, because it's 20 to 30% more potent than any other fruit or vegetable. If you think of it, one little seed is going to have the potency to grow the tree, to grow the branch, to grow the bush that is going to grow the fruit. And most of the time, that tree, that bush is going to give us more than one vegetable and more than one season. So just think about the power that small seed has. So we just go straight to the source, seed source nutrition. And so vitamin D3, even though I'm a nurse, I cannot tell you why. I meant to pick the brain of one of the doctors that I work with, but I didn't. Why are we so low in vitamin D? Most of us are low in vitamin D. I have a teenager that, he was not a teenager anymore. He's 19. But as he was growing up, every time we went to get his blood test, he was always vitamin D deficiency. And we're talking about a kid that played football since he was in middle school. So summer camps, being out in the sun all of the time, and he still struggled or always had low levels of vitamin D. So all of us are deficient in vitamin D. And that's where vitamin D3 comes in. Vitamin D3 is one of the best vitamins, but one of the best vitamin Ds that we can find. And one of the things that Rain does the best, they're not just going to give you a vitamin D and that's it. All of our nutrients, all of our products is what I'm looking for, are nicely mixed with other ingredients that are going to give us the best of it's going to help boost the vitamin that we're trying to get. So this synergy, that's what I'm trying to say. All of our products work synergistically beautifully to be able to give us the best that we need to have. So vitamin D3 has vitamin D3 oil. Why do we need vitamin D3 oil? Because it helps regulate phosphate and calcium. And while you think of vitamin 3, you think about healthy bones and joints, but when you mix the phosphate and the calcium together, it's not just going to help your bones, but it's going to help your muscles. It's going to help the clotting. It's going to help nerve function. So vitamin D3, vitamin D receptors are found all over the body. So it's super important to go get the best vitamin, which is vitamin D3. We also have in the mix vitamin E, which is going to help with antioxidants to help protect the cells from aging. We also added tomato seed oil, which helps with the fatty acids that's going to help keep the cells healthy. And then the buckhorn oil, which helps with against aging and oxidation. And who doesn't want to protect themselves against aging? So, we all know that vitamin D3 is going to help boost your immune system. But like I mentioned earlier, vitamin D receptors are found all over our body, even in our sinus area. So flu season is coming. There's always little bursts of COVID. Just with the cold season coming, colds coming, make sure that you're protected. As soon as that virus hits your nose, if you're depleted in vitamin D, you're already going to start getting sick. So if you have the right amount of vitamin D, you know that as soon as that virus hits your nose, it's going to start protecting itself. And one of the great things that we do here with Rain International is that we don't just give you a seed. We make sure that we took care of our seed. We make sure that it's clean. We take it through a process to make sure that if there were any germs, there were any viruses on the seed, we're taking care of and that killed it. But it's pure and it's vegan. And it goes through a process that it makes it bioavailable. Am I saying that right? Bioavailable. I'll come back to the word. I don't think I'm saying it right. Sometimes my accent gets the best of me. And so let me stop there and let me come back to that before I go to the next slide. So vitamin D, we all know that you can just go to the pharmacy, go to any Walmart, go to any store and get a capsule. But the problem with taking vitamins through a capsule is that we're going to swallow it. It's going to go through the digestive system and it's not going to make its way through the whole circulation system. It's going to go straight to the liver, and then the liver is going to do its thing that it does, and it's going to get rid of it through the urine. So while we think that we're taking vitamin D to help our deficiency, because if we take it to a pill, it really doesn't we get the fraction that it gets to the bloodstream where it's needed is very slow, very low. You just end up getting rid of it through the urine. So what we have is a spray. First of all, it's a seed, it's made from seed, but second of all, it's a spray. So when you spray it in your mouth, it's going to prevent it from going through the circulation system, from the digestive system to end up in the liver. It's going to go straight to your circulation system. So you're going to get not only the best vitamin D that's out there, mixed with all these other ingredients that's going to boost your vitamin D, but it's also going to stay longer in the circulation system to get it to the cell faster where it needs to be. Make sense? Okay. So we have vitamin D receptors all over our body, including our brain. When you are waking up at night, in the middle of the night, it can go back to sleep, or you're not falling asleep, or you just suffer with insomnia, you are probably low in vitamin D. So when you take your spray, 4 sprays a day, you're going to be able to get a much better sleep. And sometimes having more energy is not necessarily having the energy and go out there and run a half marathon like somebody on here is getting ready to do next weekend. But sometimes it just means not feeling exhausted and fatigued all the time. If you find yourself that you're feeling fatigued all of the time, you're low in vitamin D. So take your 4 sprays a day and have more energy to get done what you need to get done through the day. And then take your forms because you also want to take care of your muscles. It's vitamin D is going to support your bones. It's going to support your teeth. It's going to support your nervous system. It's going to support your just overall health. We have receptors all over. So make sure you take your vitamin D because it really does. The whole body really does need it. So increase your well-being by taking your vitamin D. I'm trying to think what else that I want to tell you. So it's vegan. It's GMO free, soy free, vegan, and just this powerful vitamin combined with so many great ingredients that we need. Thank you, guys. Stop my sharing.
Amazing. Thank you, Isabel. That was wonderful. I always learn something new when I listen in on these product presentations. There's so many little nuggets, and Vive is a really powerful product, and I think one that's underutilized. I think people don't think about vitamin D because like some of the others, you don't feel it quite the same way immediately. You get your numbers tested and you see your numbers rise, but energy, you feel that. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next topic tonight is leverage. And this is an area I'm very passionate about. My parents introduced me to this product company back in 2013, and I've been taking the products ever since. But once I realized the earning potential by referring others to the business, I became excited about not only the health component, but also the wealth potential here. So this evening, I have the privilege of welcoming my mom, Laura Weeks, as our next speaker to discuss leverage. Over to you, Mom.
Thanks, Anastasia. It is wonderful to be able to do this kind of business and do it together with family. It's one of the tremendous benefits that we have. But as Anastasia said, we have amazing products in this company, and it is product sales that changes the world, right? In terms of people's health benefits. But leverage is the economic principle that drives our earning potential here with Rain International, because it's what helps us develop an income stream that is not entirely dependent 100% on ourselves, but rather helps us leverage the efforts, the talents, the skills, the time of others, so that we're building something that is based on the efforts of a whole team rather than just our own work. It's also where we can do something one time successfully and we can get paid on it into the future. So if you are an hourly worker, you do not have leverage. The hours that you're not working, you're not getting paid. You might have a very good salary, but when you're not working, or if you lose your job, you're not getting paid. In my day-to-day life, my main job is running a medical clinic along with my husband. And in our medical clinic, we do not have leverage. We own our own business, but we do not have leverage because when we don't have patients coming into the office, we're not bringing income in. So we go visit one of our other daughters that lives 3,000 miles away in New York City, and we don't derive income from our medical practice. But with this platform where you can develop leverage, you can get away from that trading time for money, and you can build a residual income stream. You can do that alongside whatever it is that you do otherwise. You can do it and build towards doing it full time. You can do it just in order to diversify your income streams, which is a very wise idea in times of economic uncertainty. Or again, you can do it to create the lifestyle that you're interested. But basically, either you employ leverage in your life or you likely work for somebody else who does. They are leveraging your efforts. And this is a principle that wealthy, ultra wealthy people have figured out and have taken advantage of. These are people who are not trading time for money. Think about J.K. Rowling. She wrote the Harry Potter books. Her first book was a big success. And every single person who has ever bought a Harry Potter book after that, she gets paid. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. She is earning from a successful thing that she did one time, then she wrote another book, even more money. Those got turned into movies, even more money. This woman could never work again, and she would have an ongoing residual income stream that will take care of not only her, but her family for life. Jeff Bezos did something similarly. He started Amazon, right? He's not trading time for money. He is benefiting from the work of a whole group of people, teams of people. He has people who are building websites, and he has people who are writing code, and he has people who are packing boxes. His income is not a function of exclusively his own effort. And you can look at that time and again with wealthy people, and you can see that they all employ leverage, particularly if they're going to have ongoing residual long-term income. Now, you could do that, let's say, by investing in income-generating real estate, but what if you don't have $1 million to invest in an apartment building where people are going to pay you rent month after month after month? What RAIN International has offered to us is an opportunity where the average person can invest a minimal amount of money, an affordable amount of money, and develop an unlimited leveraged income stream, which is dependent entirely upon you setting goals, your willingness to work, your willingness to be coachable, your willingness to follow the duplicatable system that RAIN has provided to us. And we're going to talk about leverage. We're not just leveraging people's time. We're going to talk a little bit more as we go on about leveraging other people's skills and talents as well. But think about this. If you want to develop a side business with this company, RAIN International, what if you could devote just, let's say, 10 to 15 hours a week? Then you would begin to build a customer base. You might find some people who want to join you, and you would be developing some income, 10 to 15 hours a week. But your income at this point is going to be almost exclusively dependent on the customers that you're able to find, the couple of other people to join you in your business that you're able to find. It's just at the beginning points of developing a leveraged income stream. But when you find just 2 more people who see what you see, they love the products, they want to pay it forward, they want to build a side business. Now you have a collective 45 hours worth of effort. Your effort is no longer 100% of what you're going to earn. It's 1/3 of the time. And collectively, we can imagine that 45 hours of work is going to generate a lot more volume of sales than 15 hours of one person's work. If we keep it going, we can see that those people, just finding 2 more people who also want to do the same thing, share these products with people, pay it forward, help solve other people's health and financial challenges. Now suddenly we have 105 hours of collective work. You can imagine the exponential growth that happens when we just start adding people to the team, and they start adding more people to the team. This is how we can build large sales volume over time. And this is how you can eventually have a residual income stream where you don't have to be working all the time. You could take vacation for a week or 2 or 4 and still get your commission checks deposited into your bank account every Friday, as we have managed to do, having been in this business now for 11 years. So we're leveraging people's time, but these people might also have talent and expertise that benefits you. Maybe they live in a different country, they speak a different language, they have wonderful presentation skills, they're really good at doing training. You build a team of people, all of whom bring their talents, their expertise, their time to the collective effort of sharing this with other people. Now, we have 9 different ways that we actually earn commissions in this company. And the reason we have so many different ways is so that we can help reward people when you're first getting started in your business. So some of our commissions are those that you'll earn when you're first getting started. Others are those that you will earn as you're generating a larger volume of sales. We want to reward people who are building sales volume, who are building teams. We also want to reward those people who become leaders in the company, who turn around and help other people become successful. And so we have commissions that are tailored for that. Let's just take a quick peek at a couple of these. One of the first things you're likely to earn when you get started is in the customer rewards arena, because some of your first people are going to be people who want to benefit from seed nutrition. So the company pays you a commission based on your customers' sales. Now, you don't have to hand them the box of product and take their money and all of that kind of stuff. They go to your online website, they purchase product, the company sends it to them, the company handles their money, the company handles the delivery and logistics. That's leverage in and of itself. All those people handling the headaches of selling product to people. You just tell the story. You introduce them, you educate them. The company pays you. You can earn hundreds, thousands of dollars a month even just from this income stream alone. And guess what? You have customers who love these products. They get rewarded by going and getting a subscription. They're going to earn loyalty credit towards future free product, and you're going to earn ongoing residual income because every single month that those people purchase, you're going to get paid. I've had customers for 10 years now. One sale to one customer has turned into monthly income from the products they buy, and they went from one product, because we started out with only one product in this company, and now some of them are buying many of our products. So a single customer sale can turn into long-term residual income. This is just one area of earning in our company, but you can see how powerful it is. We also earn when people invest in their business as an associate. We earn fast start commissions and matches. We have global pools available. It's like profit sharing. You rank advanced, you qualify to those pools, and you tap into the global success of the company. Whether you have business in a particular part of the world or not, you can still benefit from the company's success in all parts of the world, whether you're just building locally or whether you're building globally as well. We have team commissions that reward us for the global sales volume of our team, left leg and right leg. And we have a wonderful matching bonus, which rewards us for turning around and helping our team. So I help my team members earn that team commission. And Rain says, thank you very much. We're going to pay you a percentage of what you helped those other people to earn. So we have all these ways to earn, all these different ways to leverage time, expertise, skills, and so on. When you join us in this business, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And you have a whole corporate team here to support you to be successful. These are the people who are developing new products. These are the people who are making sure they're registered worldwide. These are the people who are managing the logistics of having inventory in place in all the markets where we do business. They are creating training materials, marketing materials. They are setting up the computer systems and the websites. They are handling the things that I don't have time to do or don't have the expertise to do, so that I can get on sharing the good news, educating people about the power of seed nutrition and the power of our platform. So we have a whole corporate team of people who are here to succeed. But the compensation plan also incentivizes and rewards our field leaders to turn around and support their teams. So you have team leaders all over the world. You're going to hear from Byron Belka in just a moment. He was one of the founders of the company. We have Randy Gage and Ann Feinstein. These are people who have been extraordinarily successful in this industry, who have come to Rain and are here as leaders invested in your and my success. We also have step-by-step systems, tools, and materials so that you don't have to invent the wheel. In fact, we encourage you not to, because we want to be able to duplicate how we do business. That's what creates leverage and takes you away from having just another job. So we have a step-by-step system for how to build a business. We have manuals that explain the minute details of our compensation plan. We have monthly training webinars through the Rainmaker University. We have beautiful magazines that showcase all of our products. We've got brochures that you can leave around to sort of create some intrigue among people. And the company, not you, the company is constantly updating and modernizing and changing and growing all these kinds of tools that help us to be successful. So that is leverage. That is what you are attaining when you join us. And that is what really motors the earning potential in this company. So that's what I had to share with you today. And I'm going to turn it back to you, Anastasia.
Thank you so much. You are such a pro, Mom, and we are fortunate to get to leverage your skills and your expertise. So thank you for joining us tonight and sharing that portion of the presentation. Next, we're going to highlight some of the folks who've joined us to share a presentation and just a testimonial. These are real people who tuned in to share their unique stories. So first we'll hear from Carol, and then Carol will pass things over to Stephen. Thank you, Carol. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Anastasia, for inviting me here tonight, and Laura for inviting me as well. And hello to all the other members of the panel, and hello, Rain Nation. I am Carol Wine. I'm a registered nurse, a certified menopause coach. I was diagnosed with fibroids in the 80s and had surgery to remove those fibroids, but in 6 months, they grew back. And so I decided to do hysterectomy, and I was ushered into early menopause, and it took me like it was a vengeance. It was tumultuous. I mean, I had severe insomnia, fatigue, mood swings. I was just miserable. But I had decided that I was not going to do hormonal therapy. So I tried over-the-counter, so-called natural remedies, which failed. I did essential oils, but then I came to a stage where I had to make some changes, and I prayed. And a friend of mine introduced me to Rain, and it's the best day of my life. I resisted it for a while, but then I started to get more information and started with Soul. And I can tell you that the first night that I took the Soul, over 5 years, I've been sleeping like a baby. I am healthy and doing fantastic. I wouldn't tell you what my age is, all right? But I fell in love with the product so much that right now I am helping women and their families to navigate through the challenges of menopause. I give them information, but I offer them seed source plant-based nutrition I've been getting great results. So because I fell in love with that, I'm passing on the information to others as well. So thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. And Rain is here to stay with me. Stephen, I pass it on to you.
Thank you so much, Carol. And good night, Rain Nation. It's a pleasure being on here this evening to just give a brief testimony about my experience, or part of my experience. It's not possible to give all my experience just in one night. But I got started back with Rain in 2015, and that would be August 17th after hearing about the products on the 15th, and recognizing that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And as a result, all we need to do for the body to function optimally is to provide optimal nutrition. So when I looked at Psalm 139:14 telling us that we're fearfully and wonderfully made, I also took a look at what does this look like. And I discovered in Genesis 1:29 and 30, man's original diet. And then I recognized that Byron and his team, they actually found something that was hidden in plain sight, and that was the seeds. It turned out that I got in, just head in, and I was so passionate about the products because of the energy that was happening just using the products. I had a little problem early on with an accident, spent a little time in the hospital, invited to do procedures which I refused to do. I just continued with the products, and by January of 2016, I recognized that I had qualified for a 4-day all expenses paid trip to the Grand Fiesta Americana in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And that was with the Seed for Change Foundation to build a school and a church for a foster home. I happened to be a part of that project, landscaping the back of the school and the church. And what that turned out to be was a video called Seed for Change Mexico. And that has changed my life forever. Coming out of that, I continued with the products and using the products, getting people on the products, and the results were just amazing. So I decided back in 2022, I'm going to start doing a project on my birthday. So in 2022, on October 16th, I decided to do some steps. On that day, October 16, 2022, I did 26,000 steps at the end of the day. Last year, I got with Laura and we decided that for my birthday, we're going to do something special. I would launch Team Success Global, our New York team, on that day. It was a Monday at 7 p.m. And I would try to break the record. When I say try to break the record, I was set in 2022, which was 26,000. Got started, and at the end of the day, I was able to achieve 31,355 steps on October 16th, which was a Monday. And we had a nice session with Laura on Zoom celebrating. Fast forward, October 16th, 2023, and that would have been last week, Wednesday. I said, you know what? Let me do something different. I decided that I'm not going to use any food, regular food, coming into my birthday from the weekend. And I just started using the products. It has been recorded in the annals of history that on October 16th, 2024, I was able to complete 42,465 steps in a time of 7 hours, burning 1,338 calories, and doing actually 17.43 miles in the process. This was done without regular food. And this is a testimony of the power of seeds, 20 to 30 times more nutritious. So although I wasn't using the actual foods, how did I feel at the end of the day? I felt like starting all over again and doubling that so that I could go past my birthday. I just want to thank Byron and his team for finding and discovering something that is very, very beneficial all across the globe, and that is seed nutrition. My name is Stephen John Herbert Isaac, and I am Marine. Back to you, Anastasia.
Wow, thank you, Stephen. And happy birthday. What a
Thank
fun
you.
tradition you've begun. All right, so that is always just so energizing for me, hearing people's passion and their enthusiasm oozing out into what they're doing with their life. We all have, as my mom mentioned, we all have the same amount of time, and how we use our time is the difference here. So next, we'll hear tonight actually from Byron Belka as we transition over to this leadership lesson section. And Byron is one of the founders of the company, and we're so fortunate to have this opportunity to hear from him directly. So I'll pass the floor over to Byron.
What I love about what we're doing here, think about it. Everybody's coming from different backgrounds. Wherever you're coming in from, you might relate to me, you might relate to somebody else, or maybe you don't relate to anybody. But here's what I love is here we all come together, and because we're here working together, we're all stronger because of it. You know, we're all in a better situation because of it. And really, that's what it should be all about, right? It's about how can we do more together? And so one of the things that I get asked a lot is, you know, how did you see it? Or how did you see where this could go maybe when other people didn't? Because every single one of you is going to deal with that, you know, and we get excited when we get started. We have this honeymoon phase. You know, this is awesome. I love this product. Everybody should see it like I see it, right? That's what we think. Everybody's going to get it. And that doesn't always happen. In fact, it doesn't happen because we got to go out there. And as you look at those people that have seen success, even Michael Jordan missed more than 50% of his shots, and he's one of the best. So what I want to talk about is not just what we need to do, but how do you get to where you want to go? Well, if there's a hole in the road, if there's something in the way, isn't it better to know that it's coming? And as a leader, we're going to talk like leaders tonight. I want to share a couple of things, and I'm going to call them 4 enemies of your business. These are 4 things that can get in the way of where you're wanting to go. But if you know, and if you can see them, then how much more effective can we be to avoid it? Because I've experienced it. I think we all experience it in life, our ups and downs. It's called life, right? So why would we think when everything doesn't always go the way we think in every other aspect of life? Why do we think it's going to be different here? It's not. But that's where being together, working as a team, and being consistent makes all the difference. People ask me all the time, what does it take to see results? I've seen 3 things, and I'm going to get into these enemies. First thing is you got to have that passion. I can't train it. I can't give it. We can't give people desire. You got to be teachable. You got to say, you know what? I know certain things, but this is a different animal. This is a different beast. And I want to learn from people who know. And then you've got to be consistent. So one of the first enemies of going out there in this business and what we're doing, or any business, is a deception of a false reality that we can create. Now, a lot of times we think, okay, I got to go get 2 people. This is a dual team. So I'm going to get my 2 people. I can think of the 2 perfect people. And you go out there and maybe those 2 people don't get it. That's why it's so important that we use the tools. Now, if you went and you utilized your name list and you put your name list together and you have hundreds of people on your list, whether 2 people get it or don't, it's not going to matter. And we will lose more people in this business, including ourselves, by making it sound too easy than we ever will by just being real. It's real. And not only that, sometimes the people that say no, it's just no, not now. It's, you're going to meet him in the store. You're going to see him in the future. Oh, how's that rain thing going? Do you want to know how many times somebody has probably been pitched or tried to be sold on something from someone? And maybe they met them later and they said, oh, hey, how's that one thing going? And they're like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. And you're like, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't join you. The longer we're consistent in going out there and doing that, the more we put odds in our favor for those people to join us. So deception is one of the enemies of this business. Don't deceive yourself. And I love this quote: do not be frustrated for the results that you didn't get from the work that you didn't do. Okay. So we've got to go out there and do it, and we've got to be real. The second enemy is rejection. Okay. If people aren't used to that, you got to realize everybody's not going to say yes. But here's the beautiful thing: we don't need everyone. I don't need everyone. We need a few who get a few who get a few. That's what we need. I don't need them all. And so you just got to make sure that you're taking that rejection and realize it has nothing to do with you. You know, when I travel a lot, and I used to travel a ton before COVID, maybe 110, 120 days a year, kind of crazy. But, you know, when I would go down anywhere, if I was going to Asia or Europe or Africa, and I was on a plane, when I had the flight attendant come down that aisle and say, you know, peanuts, pretzels, when somebody said no, I never saw him turn around and go cry in the back of the plane. I didn't see him, you know, just get discouraged and it just ruined their day. They were asking a simple question: peanuts or pretzels? That's what we're doing. I'm trying to find solutions. I'm not trying to sell somebody. I'm serving them. So what I want to do is, if someone says no, they're not saying it to me. They might not understand, or maybe it's just not their thing, and that's fine. But I'm not going to go and get depressed just because they're not interested, just like the flight attendant wouldn't if someone's not interested in either of them. I don't want peanuts or pretzels. Okay, have a great day. Okay, rejection, we're going to deal with it, but how do we handle it? Remember, we need to be married to the process, but divorced from the outcome. I don't care what the outcome is. I'm going to be married to the process. I'm going to do the system and do the system. That's what I'm married to. I'm divorced from the process because that's not me. Everyone can have their own decision. Everyone might need a few more exposures. They might need timing to be a little bit different, but you planted that seed still. And that's what's powerful. Okay. A third thing that we got to be careful of that can be an enemy of our business is a dream stiller. The dream stillers. Okay. Anytime we're trying to go out there and do it, there's always going to be someone that creates doubt. I mean, I can't tell you how many people thought that we would never even get rain off the ground 14 years ago. How many people told me to run? How many people told me that it was too much of a risk to try to take this on? How many people want to still the dreams? And then when you're successful, then, you know, once again, they believed in you the whole time. You know? But we have to beware and watch out for them, because I always think of this: would I trade places with them? Would I trade places with them? I know what I want. And until somebody's going to pay for my vacations and take care of my kids in college and pay for my mortgage and give me money to give to the charities and the difference that I want to make in my community, until somebody is going to do that, I don't care what they think. I don't. And you know what? It takes a little bit of time. But when you start getting that momentum and you realize there's dream stillers or dream creators, I'm creating my own dream. And I don't want to be a statistic. So when somebody else is doubting me and they think that we're the ones that are different and odd, if we're the small percentage that's doing it different, hallelujah. I do not want to go where the masses are going. I don't want to be a statistic like there's so many in this globe. You know, I want to be in that smaller percentage that's doing things a little bit different. So do not let anybody steal your dreams, even yourself. So remember, every day is a new day. I can't control tomorrow. I can't control the past. And I'm not a psychiatrist or anything, but I believe the way that I see it, depression comes from looking backwards. Anxiety comes from looking forward. I'm going to focus on now. That's where I'm going to live. Because what I do now can make a difference tomorrow. But what happened in the past doesn't matter. Every day is a new day to win. Just like I have friends that are recovering addicts, you know, and some of them have been sober for 10 years, 15 years, 25 years. And if you were to ask them, you know, are you going to be sober the rest of your life? They're not going to say yes. They're going to say, I don't know, but I know today I'm going to win. Because that's what we focus on. Today we're going to win. So go take action. And then the last thing that you got to be aware of, because these are, once again, these are just potholes in the road. And if we know they're coming and we know they're there, we can just deal with them. And that's attrition. You're going to get somebody in your business that when you finally get them, you're on the highest of highs. It's like, this is okay. This is awesome. I got the right person, man. And you're just so emotionally excited. And then guess what? They might quit. In fact, some will. You're going to have some people quit. And that attrition, I remember when I first started, and somebody would join and it was somebody that I was excited about. I'd get so high. I'd be like, this is awesome. I knew it. I knew it. We're going to go. And then when somebody would quit, when I thought that they were going to do something, or they would never get started, or any of those things, I would get so depressed. And they'd be like, Byron, it just doesn't work. And I'm like, oh man, but it does. Like, it just doesn't work. And I realized that's when I love the tools. That's when I love the accountability, because I love to be able to say, no, it works, but you have to. No, you have to. But when that attrition happens, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. It's going to happen. So I used to have highs and lows. And then guess what I realized over time? I realized what I talked about earlier, and that is I was married to the process. And as I continued to just do my thing, what I realized is when people joined my team, even ones that I was so excited about, I'm like, that's awesome. You know, a little bit of a high. And when somebody quit or didn't get started, I'm like, it's too bad. Shoot. And maybe they'll come back in the future. And I was just more even kill. I just do what I do. And, you know, the highs aren't so high and the lows aren't so low, but I am consistent and things continue to grow. Okay, so these are things that you're going to have to deal with because everybody does. But guess what? It has nothing to do with rain. It has everything to do with life. And anytime we're going to go out there and create something that's as powerful as this, that can be as impactful as this, as life-changing as this, shouldn't it mold us into who we need to become? Shouldn't we come out the other side better than we are now so that we can handle the success, handle the rewards that we otherwise wouldn't have? Okay, so you've got to be careful of those four enemies. And if you're aware of them and you realize this is just what it is, then you're prepared, because we're all going to deal with them. But here's what I can tell you. There's not very many things we got to overcome. There's not very many objections we have to learn how to help people understand. There's not very many things and skill sets that we need to be really good at. There's not very many. We got to make that decision that we're going to be a leader, that we're going to be a professional. I didn't join Rain because of somebody else. I'm not leaving because of somebody else. I'm doing this because I see it where I'm going, where I want to be. And I'm telling you what, people want to follow somebody who knows where they're going. They want to follow someone who knows where they're going, who puts, their actions behind what they're saying. And as you do that, you're going to get momentum. And you're going to look back. It's almost like playing a guitar. You're going to look back and even if you're practicing and you're like, man, I'm not getting any better. Well, if you recorded yourself when you first started learning a song and go back and listen to it, you're like, man, I'm a lot better. You're going to look back and see, yeah, you are progressing. You are doing that. There's no such thing as failure this way and success this way. They're the same way. We fail our way to success. So let's not let these enemies get in our way. Let's know that they're there. Let's be ready for them. And let's acknowledge them and move past them so that we can grow and become better as leaders and help our teams do the same. And I love this industry and I love this business because it makes us become better, and we have to become comfortable being uncomfortable. We get good at it. That's what we do. And that means we're growing. So thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. And I love being able to grow and move forward with all of you together. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it rain. We're going to change the world one person at a time, starting with ourselves. So thanks, everybody. I'm Byron Belka, and I am Rain.
Thank you so much. Wow. How do you even follow that? I saw the chat had lots of comments. They're still flowing in. Very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. And this is a man who was introduced to the industry back when he was in his 20s, and it changed his life forever. So I know I took some notes. I especially liked the phrase married to the process, divorced from the outcome, and the reminder to just use the tools and focus on the components you can control and to do the work. All right. So as we wrap up, I just want to thank everyone one more time for being here tonight and for everyone who participated in putting on this production. And for all of the associates on the call, as Byron said, you heard him say, build on this momentum and make it a great week ahead. As I'm sure you're all aware, we have some big events happening here on the horizon. This weekend, we have the grand opening happening in Italy on October 25 and October 26. This is going to be a very exciting event. Look in your back office for some additional information there. Also, every Saturday we have an event. So there's, again, information in your back office where you can see upcoming notifications and calendar of events. So let's build on this momentum. And also, if you're a guest tonight with us, thank you also for carving out the time to be here and for your curiosity. Get back with the person who invited you to join us tonight and make sure you get all of your questions answered. And if you feel inclined, join us again next week or on Saturday to hear a different variation on some additional training that we do together. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I wish you a good evening.
Shine bright like a diamond. Find light in the beautiful sea. I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we could come one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside you. Shine bright tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I too, I'm so alive. We're beautiful.